Well, I'm Tony Husband and I'm a cartoonist drawing for The Times and Private Eye and various other magazines. I'm known as the world's worst joke teller. There's an Englishman, Irishman, Scotsman and Welshman going to a pub. Sorry. These are my top 5 world's worst jokes ever. It's going to be crap. There's this little balloon and he tries to get in bed with his mum and dad balloon because he's cold. And his dad says, no, go to your own room. It's too late, go to your own room. So he goes to his own room, gets in bed, falls asleep, and in the middle of the night he wakes up. And he's still lonely, he's cold, so he goes back to his mum and dad and they're fast asleep. So he tries to get in bed with them and he can't, there's no room. So he lets a little bit of air out to his mum and a little bit of air out to his dad. Tries to get in bed, there's still no room, so he lets a little bit of air out himself. Gets in bed with them, snuggles up, goes fast asleep. Next morning he wakes up and his dad's fuming with him. He said, what are you doing in here? He said, you've let me down, you've let your mum down, but worst of all, you've let yourself down. A lady goes to a stately home and she hires a guide. And before she goes out, she says to the guide, there's no ghosts here, is there? Because I really hate ghosts. And he said, no, I don't think so, no. So she said, are you sure? Because I'm really scared of ghosts. He said, well, I've never seen a ghost as long as I've worked here. So she said, and how long have you worked here? And he said, 500 years. There was this truck driver and he's taking some penguins to the zoo in his refrigerated truck. And halfway down the motorway, it breaks down and the truck starts to heat up and the penguins are getting a bit flustered and a bit hot. He gets worried and he flags another truck down that's refrigerated and he said to this guy, have you got anything in the back? And the guy says, no, I've just delivered something. He said, if I give you 50 quid, will you take these penguins to the zoo? So he said, yeah, no problem. So he loaded the penguins in this refrigerated truck and they drive off to the zoo. A few hours later, this guy gets his van repaired and he's driving through the town and he sees the van driver walking the penguins. So he pulls over, he said, what are you doing, mate? So he said, well, I took them to the zoo and I've got some change, so I'm taking them to the pictures now. There's 2 Geordies walking through the jungle and one says, are those war drums? And the other one says, no, they're ours. There's an Englishman, Irishman, Scotsman and Welshman in a pub. And the Englishman says, it's St George's Day today and I called my son was born on St George's Day and I called him George. So the Welsh guy says, can't believe that, my son was born on St David's Day and I called him David. And the Scots guy says, unbelievable, my son was born on St Andrew's Day and I called him Andrew. And the Irish guy says, well, my son Pancake